Today I'm going to try something a little bit different. I have these old work jeans that I don't really wear anymore, and they're kind of falling apart too much to wear in the shop. So what I'm going to do is try to cut out as much of the good denim as I can, and I'm going to take the jeans apart to hopefully gain a little bit extra material. And hopefully I'm going to have enough denim to be able to lay up a fin panel, probably 10 to 12 millimeters thick, and make a small twin fin set. So I'm going to keep cutting these out and see how much denim I can get. Because I'm only going to make one set of fins, I'm going to cut my denim layers just a little bit bigger than my two fins. I have all my layers of denim cut, and I decided to go with the back panels on the jeans because the denim was in a little bit better shape and it didn't have as much resin and wood glue stuck to them. So it's just generally in a little bit better shape. And for this panel, I have 14 layers of denim because the denim is roughly between 0.8 and 0.6, 0.7 of a millimeter thick. So that should give me a reasonably thick panel. I decided to try going with half the layers in one color of denim and half in the other. And what I'm going to do is lay them up alternating. So hopefully I'll be able to get some color separation between the two layers. But when I think I foil them, it's all going to look roughly the same. But we'll see how it turns out when I foil them. So I'm going to lay this panel up and wait for it to cure. I'm going to lay up this panel on a piece of waxed glass, and I'm just going to pour a little bit of resin down on the glass and spread it out. This is going to help prevent air bubbles on the bottom of the panel. It also helps wet out the denim, as the resin on the bottom will pull the resin from the top down. And it's a technique that I learned when I was building snowboards, where you're working with fiberglass that is usually around 19-20 ounces, and it just helps wet out everything easier. The twin fin template I'm going for these fins is based on another template I made, which is a very upright twin. And this one, I wanted to give it just a little bit more drive and push for slightly weaker days. So I modified the template and made it just half an inch to an inch wider. And I didn't really change the height, I just added that little bit of extra area to the back of the fin. With my fins roughly cut to shape, I took them over to the router table to trim them to the template, and this spiral template bit has worked really well for a lot of projects, so I think I'm going to keep using it in the future. Because I use Future Fins boxes, I need to cut the angle into the tab of the fin, and for this I'm going to use my router jig and my digital angle finder to set the angle. The angle I'm going for on these is 5 degrees. It's a little more angle than the fins that these are based off, but where these ones are going to have a little more surface area, I want them to be a little looser, so I'm going to try just a little more cant than the other ones. Once I have the tabs to the correct thickness and angle, I'm going to trace out my notches onto the base of the tab. I didn't end up filming the whole process of getting the tabs to the correct thickness. Usually it's just a lot of hand sanding, or you can use the router jig, but usually I end up hand sanding them to the final thickness. With the tabs to the correct thickness and the notches drawn on, I'm going to take these over to the bandsaw and cut them out. Now that the fin tabs are done, it's time to foil. I finished sanding the fins through the grits, and then I finally gave them a nice clear coat of acrylic and polished them up, and these look really cool. I'm way more excited for these than when I started. The different layers of denim, you can clearly see the different colors, which is really cool. Typically when you make like micarta or your glass fabric, it comes out significantly darker as if it's wet because you are wetting it out, but it doesn't stay nice and like bright. So I was worried where the two colors were a little bit similar, it would just all look the same, but once it cured, it came out much lighter than I thought it would. And it's just a really neat look, and I'm excited to see if these are going to surf and hold up, but I'll save that for another video. So with that being said, here's some final shots of the fins.